Hi, it's Nyx, and what you're looking at is my first ever house in The Sims 4, a very roofless house in The Sims 4. But at the time, I was playing on PS4, and I didn't know how to put roofs on houses. Is that an excuse? No, I could have just looked that up. But again, I wasn't that worried about it. I was more focused on gameplay elements. I was not worried about the house too much. As you could probably tell if you were able to see any of the photos that just flashed by, I wanted to try rebuilding my first ever Sims 4 home because I want to see if my skills have improved at all. And hopefully it will look a lot better than it did then. I will show pictures of how it looks now compared to how it looked then at the end. I wanted to try to rebuild with the packs that I had on PS4, but it's not really fair because that first house that I had played with in The Sims 4 was the tutorial home that you get with Alex and all that stuff. And I really just kind of expanded it as my first Sims family kind of grew. I kind of didn't really do much to this house, so I guess it's not really a good comparative home to do. But I know I can do a lot better than what it was because honestly, a lot of that was just literally just me just making space for the family. I really didn't do anything to try to improve the home. And I was really bad with clutter. Like, you know how you need clutter to make the house feel lived in. And I just didn't do that because I was more focused on gameplay, of course. It was like my first time having Sims. So I was like, I want my Sims to get married and I want her to have kids. And she's gonna be rich and this went on and on and on forever and ever. So yeah, and then a lot of the kitchen stuff in my first Sims house was from her career because I had her start off as a chef. So a lot of stuff in the kitchen was furnished with the chef stuff. Yeah, so a lot of the furnishings in the original house was either things that were gained from their careers or it was just stuff you gained from completing like events or something. There wasn't really much in that house as you may have seen or not. You'll definitely get a chance to see what was in there a little later. But as you can see, this house is very, very square that I am building, but the tutorial home was very, very square. But this is going to be the master bedroom that I am working on right now. I have no idea why I'm working in the dark. I was just like, let me start putting down stuff apparently because I am absolutely working in the dark here. But yeah, this is Tiana and Cooper's room. I kind of talked about the family a little bit in another video, and I can definitely link that up there if you care to know at all. But like I said, she was a chef for this at the time during this playthrough. I have no idea what Cooper did with a living. He was a townie I had found, and I was like, here you go, let's get married. You're cute enough, sir. But he was a townie. I was like, yep, he's cute enough for her. That's fine. As you can see, I am very, very all over the place. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I want to do. Just all over the place. I guess I was like, let me add some lights first, though. This is the master or ensuite bathroom to the left, kind of, because it is shared in the hall. It is a shared bathroom with, you know, people who's up there, mostly their son, because he doesn't have his own bathroom. But you know, when they want private time, they can just, you know, lock the doors and Alex is going to find somewhere else to go to the bathroom or use the restroom. Okay, they got plenty of restrooms in this house by the time this is done. Oh my gosh. I know I made the master room pink, but I really didn't care about her husband too much, as you could probably tell. So I had a hard time figuring out what to put up here, what to do with it. I just was trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know. Decorating it apparently just not my thing. I thought it would be. I thought I'd be really great at it. I don't know about y'all, but there's a point where my mom used to watch HGTV all the time, and I used to watch it with her. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be an interior decorator. It's gonna be so fun. Da, 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 da. As you can see, thank goodness I didn't do that because obviously I am no good. Look, yes, I would have been a very jobless, careerless girl if I had chose to do that. But yeah, it's hard trying to choose what to do with like the paintings and all that stuff and trying to figure out what matches and like I've seen people make some colors that you wouldn't think match, kind of match, and I'm like, I can't do that, and it'd be so cute. But yeah, I guess I was just like, I'm gonna make a pattern on the floor with this. I think that is the I think that's the floor from the Realm of Magic pack, which of course I didn't have at the time, but I did eventually get that on my PS4. So I was like, well, I can technically use that pack. Like I said, I tried to stick to the pack that I had on PS4. I had that one. I have the Vampires pack. I had the, oh my gosh, the Jungle Adventures pack, I think. I still never did that. I still never explored that. I've wasted so much money. Still haven't explored that one yet. But I do like some of the decorative stuff for that. I also have the Vintage Living, I think, or something like that. The City Living pack. A Vintage Glamour City Living pack. I have quite a few packs on the PS4. So I was like, let me try to stick to that. Of course, that didn't happen because as I was building, this took a span of like 3 days. I know, I suck. Like I said, I was building, it took a span of 3 days, and by that point, I was just like, you know what? Whatever goes in there is what's gonna go in there. So the whole, oh, I'm gonna stick to this pack and it's gonna be fine and blah 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 blah. Yeah, it didn't work out like that. And then I don't know what I was doing with these columns, because I put all kind of columns down here. I was just like, I don't know what I was doing. I was trying something. I don't know how well that worked, but it was something. I kind of like the way it looked with the circular columns inside the square columns. But you know, that's the good thing about Sims is, you know, once you kind of put all the cheats on, you kind of decorate it and add it however you want. Put wherever you want up there. I couldn't get that to go in the middle, but I know there's a trick to it. You can like totally like put it up and put something under it and then move it back down to go there, and it's just like, that's a lot. Why do all that? When I already had placed it, and I'm not going to try to put this in the middle. I'm not going to struggle with that. And then unfortunately, the windows that I put in didn't kind of all match, because I guess it was supposed to be like an older suburban kind of home, because you know, they don't really design houses like this anymore, I guess. I don't know if they ever did. I'm not gonna lie and pretend like I've seen enough houses or different style of houses to really know what style this is supposed to be, but it doesn't really match the community. This is the house that is in Willow Creek. It's that first lot that you can get in Willow Creek, like the first biggest lot that you can like afford in Willow Creek. So yeah, so I was like, okay, I'll take this house in Willow Creek and yada yada yada. So it don't really match the rest of the community. I was trying to a little bit, I guess. Not really. I kind of didn't care. Who am I kidding? I didn't really care. I was just like, look, this is what you're gonna get. But the windows don't even match each other. Look at that. I got some from the Seasons pack, which I had as well. And then I got, I guess, some base game house. Yeah, that's some base game windows. And then I have custom content. So some of the floors and stuff may be custom content. I'm not sure how much I use. I didn't use too much custom content in this build, but I did use a little bit. So I was like, eh. And honestly, I don't have too many items that are build items for custom content, because I don't really build. When I get stuff, I typically get it from the gallery. So that's why, even though I've had The Sims for a few years, I'm still not really good at building. And then for the kitchen, I tried to make me an island and still haven't figured out how you make it so that it doesn't like have that little slit in the middle. So if somebody knows how to do that, please help me out. I know I can probably find that out, but I just if you want to help me out, I'd appreciate it. Oh my gosh. And then I was trying to figure out what to do with the kitchen and with the living room or the living space. I don't know why I stuffed or crammed everything in a tiny little living space. It's just stupid, but that's what I decided to do, was just cram everything in a little living space. Oh yeah, I decided to do this with the living space because that's how the living space was in the original house. But the original house was very small compared to this one. So I should never have kept that in that space. I should have tried to figure out how I could have rearranged the living room to make it a bigger space, you know? But this here is going to be the bathroom between Maya and April. That is the oldest set of twins that I have. So they can share, they have a kind of bathroom between their rooms. I like that idea. I think it's cute. As you can see, that was a CC rug. I like that rug. It's a cute little shag rug. But this is Maya's room. She is an artist. The little pink room over there. The other one over here, this red room here, is April's room. She is a painter. April is a musician. She plays the violin, but she's a little bit grumpier, but she's very responsible. She has a wife, I think. Yeah, she has a wife, and she has 3 kids. I think it's 2 boys and a girl. It's a set of twins. I think the boys are a set of twins because I messed up because I wanted a set of twins with my original, like with her mom. I wanted a set of twin boys, but I wanted with 2 sets of twin girls. I was upset about that, but I was like, okay, it's okay. Look, it's okay. But yeah, this red room is April's room. I kind of had to regress them to teenagers, even though, like I said, she has a family now in my original save. Because, when I made the parents young adults, like my original Simpsoniana young adult, I had to make the kids, younger than them, of course. So they wanted to be a teenager. So I was like, I'll make teenage room. So this is I guess a teenage room for them, This lovely kind of pink room here is Maya's room. She's very, very expressive, and she is a painter. She became a painter when she became an adult. She's pretty bubbly and eccentric, and they're all pretty family oriented because that's how I wanted my first family to be. This is supposed to be Alex's room here. He was very much into science. He became a scientist. He has a wife and 1 son by aliens. He was abducted. So I guess it kind of worked out for him. When he became a scientist, I don't think it was his intention to be probed by aliens, but he does love his little alien son that came out of it. So I guess it's okay. But yeah, he's more of a mad scientist. I don't really think it was his intention when he contacted the aliens to be probed by them. I guess he thought he was gonna do more to probing. Don't know. As you can see with Alex's room, because I'm not used to doing boys' rooms. Honestly, who am I kidding? Look, this is Alex's room. I guess I was just like, let me put a bunch of girl posters in there with his science stuff. I don't know. I was trying to make it look like a teenage boy's room. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't play with all of them very much. I kind of played with April, Maya. I didn't really play with Maya too much, unfortunately. She didn't really, but I tried. I was trying to find her a boyfriend, but it just wasn't working out. But I did play with Alex, like I said, because he's a scientist. He got his own family. And I played with April because she has her own family now. I did not play with the twins too much. I'm not gonna lie. This set of twins here, this room down here, I didn't play with them too much. So that's why their room looks very, very, very simple. Because I really don't have much of a personality for them, unfortunately. Because I didn't play with them very much, unfortunately. So I don't really have, much stuff to put in there to give them, some personality in that room. But I don't think I did a terrible job. Now, there are a lot of spaces in here that are very empty because I'm not gonna lie, because I was just kind of like, okay, this is it. I can't anymore. Look, it was just kind of like, I can't anymore. So unfortunately, there's a lot of little empty spaces around here. But I put a bar up there, and I tried to clutter it with kids stuff. I tried to make this more of a kids room because in the original one, this room was more of a kids room. This is where pretty much all the kids stayed in before I eventually made them their own room. Before I eventually made them their own rooms. And then the last set of twins just kind of stayed here because I didn't have any more space in the house before I kind of, upgraded them. And then for some reason, I like to have really, really big houses. And I don't understand that. Because if you have a really big house, guess what you got to do with that big house? You have to fill it. You have to fill that big house up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why do I do this to myself? You know that house, that big lot in the Hollywood world? I can't remember the name of it. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of that one. But you know that big house in the 64 by 64 lot in the Hollywood world? Yeah, so I bought that lot, right? And I put a very, very block-like house on that lot. And I was still trying to figure out what to that lot is still very empty. That lot is still the house is very empty still because I still haven't put much in that house. It's I tried. I really did. I tried to fill it up with stuff, but it's a lot. It takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of money to put all that crap in there if you're doing it the legit way and not like, doing all the cheats. So that house is still very, very empty. But I was like, I guess my thought process was at the time, I was like, I'll be there for a long time, and we'll make money, and we'll just fill it up over time, which is the process with my actual house right now, by the way. I'm sitting here just like, there's nothing in my house, my real house, partially because it's like, it takes a lot of money to put all that stuff in your house, and partially also because I have no idea what to do with it. I don't know what to do with the space. It's just kind of like empty rooms everywhere, which I'm not too concerned about. I don't have anybody in my house, but it's just the fact that it's just empty. I'm sad that it's so empty. As you can see on the roof, I did not do a good job with that. I mean, at least it actually has a roof, because before it didn't even have a roof. So yeah, it doesn't have the greatest roof, but at least it does have a roof. I know I can definitely improve upon this roof. Anyway, but maybe like I can build a model kind of my real house, and then y'all can help me with like decorating it, because I have no idea what to do with it. And then you guys can tell me like, this is what you should do. Please help me. And like I said, as you can see, I'm very all over the place. I'm just all over the place. I don't know where to start, where to begin. Kind of just building everywhere. I don't complete a whole room, but I don't know, do people complete whole rooms? Because I feel like when I watch people speed build, they don't necessarily complete a whole room before moving on. I think most people kind of just go around and do what they remember. I'm probably not like the only person that kind of goes around the whole house. But yeah, I kind of have to get used to the platforms. As you can see, I struggled with them with this stairs, but I'm not sure if that's platform or foundation or what's the difference. And I'll probably have to play around. Okay, I'll definitely have to play around with that a lot more. And then as you can see, I can't get the garage on the ground. And I know that it's like partially because of foundation. So I don't know I don't know how to fix that. But if anybody does know how to fix that, you can definitely, comment to me about how I should fix that. I don't know why I put this stone pathway there when it really should be cement, but it's like whatever at this point. I was just trying to match something, I guess. I don't know. Look, I don't know what I was doing. I was trying something. Heck, the banister don't even match the railing around the house. So look, I was trying. And then I was trying to get the banister to match here, and it just didn't. And then I guess I gave up. I have no idea what happened with that. I have no idea what happened with that. But it is what it is. And then I put up these terrible looking lights. Look, and then I put up these terrible looking lights. And then I had to shift them because I messed up. Then I decided to create this painstaking rock path for some reason right here, which is stupid. And I could have did a way better job on the landscaping. But everything is a learning experience, right? You kind of learn as you go. Look, everything is a learning experience. You learn as you go. You just kind of have to keep going and, make your build better over time. So I just have to kind of watch and look at more reference material to get my houses to look nicer. But compared to where my house originally was, this is a heck of a lot nicer. Look, compared to how my houses originally looked, this is a heck of a lot nicer than what they used to look like. Because I actually put a lot of stuff in there, plants and stuff to make it look like a real house. Look, plants and stuff to make it look like a real house, and paintings and stuff, which I didn't really do most of the time. So most of the time what would happen is I would just have my Sims paint, and that painting would be the artwork. And you've seen Sims painting. They don't match anything, really. A lot of them don't match anything. So those paintings really didn't belong anywhere. But those paintings really just didn't belong anywhere. So it was just kind of a mess. But I've kind of gotten used to like stacking things to kind of make it look like something. I've seen people create the most amazing builds with like chandeliers and stuff just by putting a bunch of them together. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And it's so pretty. And you know, I've seen people do all kind of crazy stuff with the Tool mod. If you've ever seen Tool is amazing. I've used it. I use it for a different build that I'm sure I'll show one day, maybe, for a very different thing to do some world editing. But I just like the things you can really do with Tool. It gives you a lot of flexibility with adding a lot of things to your world. But we're going to end it here with Maya's room. And I thank you all for taking the time to watch my speed build of me trying to get better at building. Because I'm not going to say that it's good, but it's better than where we were. I hope you all join me next time. And I hope that your builds are so much better than mine. But if it gave you any inspiration or if you just hate it, let me know. Tell me how I could improve. All right. Thank you all. Bye.